The dollar's worst week in months just closed, dragging metals and currencies across every major session, and the day's biggest mover is last, so stay to the end. Crypto, indices, metals, Forex, and energy are all on the board tonight. Bitcoin closed the session under pressure, with the structure continuing to deteriorate as lower highs stacked through the afternoon. The trend stays pointed lower, and the path of least resistance favors a continuation toward lower levels, while sellers remain in control of each recovery attempt. The S&P 500 held its bullish structure through Friday's session, finishing with broad participation across sectors as the softer dollar provided additional tailwind. The trend leans higher, and price action suggests the index is more likely to extend toward higher levels as long as that momentum holds. Silver spent the session rebuilding momentum, with buyers stepping in on each dip and pushing the metal back toward the upper range of the day. The trend is bullish, and the structure points toward higher levels as long as gold's recovery continues to lend support. Visa traded with quiet resolve through the session, holding above key structure with minimal distribution from larger players. The trend leans higher, and the price action suggests the stock is more likely to extend toward higher levels as broader index strength continues to provide a supportive backdrop. MasterCard mirrored the financial sector's strength today, trading with a constructive tone through most of the session as equities held their gains. The trend leans higher, and the path of least resistance continues to favor an extension toward higher levels, while broader market conditions remain supportive. US oil found measured support through the session as Hormuz tension headlines kept downside limited, even as the demand outlook remained uncertain. The trend is mildly bullish, and conditions favor a gradual drift toward higher levels if geopolitical risk continues to underpin the supply narrative. The Dow lagged its index peers through Friday's session, with rotation away from its heavier industrial components keeping the advance in check. The trend is mildly bullish, but the near-term path of least resistance tilts toward lower levels unless broader buying rotates back into the index's key constituents. ORCL spent the session consolidating beneath recent highs, with buyers unable to sustain early momentum as the stock faded through the afternoon. The trend is mildly bullish, but the short-term structure is pointing toward lower levels, and a deeper pullback is more likely before buyers regain meaningful control. The greenback shed ground through Friday as traders unwound Fed rate hike bets, pushing gold back toward recent highs while sterling recovered despite soft UK GDP data. Oil markets repriced Hormuz risk on deteriorating demand signals. The one to watch on the calendar today is U.S. retail sales. CAD was the session's standout mover, sliding sharply as the broad dollar sell-off accelerated and rate differential narratives shifted against the greenback. The trend is strongly bearish, and the structure continues to favor lower levels as long as the pair remains below the broken support, now acting as resistance. That wraps Friday's evening brief. The evening edition returns Monday to check whether these moves extended into the new week. Subscribe to ForexBullion so you never miss a session. This is general market information for educational purposes only, not financial advice.